What is going on, everybody? Jumbo Thick here. We are back with the Expedition of the Damned. I'm, of course, your DM, your GM for the night, Jumbo Thick. This is our Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th Edition campaign, and we have the full crew. Well, almost. Unfortunately, our lovable Wolfram, our Pistolier, is not going to make it tonight. So we will have to make do without him. Perhaps he will just remain unconscious for the entire episode, since that's kind of how we left him. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. Let's do some brief introductions. Let's start off with Jumbo Smooth.
Hello, everyone. I am Jumbo Smooth. I play Luther Steinhauer. He is a human pyromancer from the College of Fire, the School of Akshi, and he is from Altdorf, the grandest city in the Empire, on the River Reich. Yes, from a noble house. He's attractive. He's got fiery red hair and green eyes. That's Luke. And he recently got the power to, well, at least for a little bit, to see visions, prophetic, or visions of some sort, you know?
Visions of some sort. We'll see. Let's slide on down to Nate.
Hey everybody, Nate here. I'll be playing Lucien Levesque, a human duelist who, as of this session, has embarked on career path level 3, duel master. Acquired some new talents. Not sure when I'll get to put those on display. But yeah, I'm about 5'6", 18 years old. Short link brown hair, brown eyes, wielding rapier, swordbreaker, pistol, sometimes repeating crossbow, depending on the situation. Ready to get into it.
And let's go to the lovable Double D, the Dan Decker.
Hey everyone, welcome back. It's nice to be here, playing No Throat Ripper. Currently in a pretty bad way, if I'm honest. The team's ogre tank is in pretty rough shape right now. Nog is, he's a friendly fellow looking out for the little guy. Best friends with Mr. Luthor. And about 33, oldest fella in the gang. And 10 and a half foot tall. No, Patrick's not here, so, I am also the oldest person in the gang.
Yes, that's true. Both physically and in character.
Yeah.
All right. Last but not least, the Doobster. Doobity09!
Yeah, play Henry Berthold, a first knight, 5'10", and similar to Dan, I'm the youngest person in the party and the youngest person in the group.
It's true. It's accurate. It's a wee lad. Indeed.
Baby.
But that will segue us into the
Precious
game
babe
for the night. Precious babe. So, last we left off, the crew of the expedition has found themselves in an effort to break the siege of the city of Lashik, as you've ultimately decided to throw your lot in with the Sultan and the Den of Thieves that is Lashik itself. The city of Corsairs, in hopefully gaining a little more favor with the powers that be, and able to curry perhaps some more resources, despite the amount of time it's going to take you to hopefully break this massive greenskin wah that has encircled by the white skulls. But in our previous episode, you had decided to take a foyer outside the walls to destroy the massive conch that the Night Gabo clan, the local clan, has been using to summon the mighty Merworm, the massive four-armed, almost mythical creature that is currently assaulting the harbor, regularly smashing most of the vessels and keeping the denizens of Lashik trapped, not only from the from the sands, but also the seas. You managed to destroy the fortification that was holding it quite easily, I might add. However, we're held up a little bit by some very strangely enough, some undead knights. You fought them, cleaved your way through them, and were met with the very small visage of a man about 5'2", 5'4", somewhere in there. Very well dressed, gentlemanly, lordly, even, one might say. A man from far off Britonia, judging by his accent and demeanor. A man that introduced himself as the progenitor of the Bold Bastards, the mercenary clan, mercenary group that several of you are a part of, as well as a major piece of the expedition itself. Lord Bragadine Benoit. He then proceeded to take offense to the way that young Henry was speaking to him, not showing him the proper respect that is due to a mighty lord such as himself, and he assaulted your party. You did, after a lot of effort, manage to cleave the head from his shoulders, which probably killed him in some way, shape, or form. However, before you could do much else, his companion, a very disgusting looking, like hooded figure, was able to cast a rather potent, shadowy spell to take his remains, swell as himself, and step through shadow away from the current predicament they found themselves in. But that did leave the conch unprotected, vulnerable, which you took advantage of. With the mighty Luther utilizing the catalyst kind of concoction that you were given by the captain within Lashik that first kind of like doled out the parameters of this mission to destroy the device. As it shattered and exploded, a wave of dark magic washed over all of you, a massive beacon almost lighting up in the sky, dulling most of the flames of the burning fortress, possibly changing some of you a little bit for the worse, as some of you succumbed to the corruption. Others of you maybe having some bizarre prophetic visions of some sort in the process that may have given some hints as to some previous storylines that we may or may not delve into. But that left us with the party in its current state, where most of you are not exactly doing fantastic. Several of you, having gone down in the fight, suffered some critical wounds, some injuries, one might say, with what appeared to be some kind of bizarre twist of mesmerizing gaze that was used on Wolfram, where he assaulted your party in tandem with Lord Bragadine Benoit, where you were forced to put him down, which all of you were so upset about doing. Just very upset about it. The most surprising thing was when Rory the Rumster went down and everyone immediately went to his aid while Wolfram just laid there, flies buzzing around his head. He'll be all right. He'll be okay. He was stabilized. You were very upset about it. But Rory was also stabilized quickly as possible. And you were currently being told by one of the acolyte knights that Henry has under his charge. I believe it was Farim? No, not Farim.
Badri?
Badri, yes. Badri was talking to you, informing you that a decent-sized group of a regiment, essentially, of boar boys were heading in your direction, and you would need to make haste. But that is where we are picking up. So, I'm assuming that all of us are going to be moving as quickly as possible. The only problem with this situation is Nog is so heavily wounded that
Your boy can barely
is
move.
barely moving, and he is so big.
Rough.
He is going to be slowing you down significantly. So we're left with a tactical decision here. There's enough horses for all of you to make it. You have enough heads up time that you guys, without even rolling for checks or anything, you all will be able to make it to the walls without Nog. However, Nog will either have to find his own place to hide out or try to stumble his way there. Nog will be having to make some checks at -50 because that's how much his injuries have piled up. I'm not sure what you guys are going to do. It's up to you. I will say, if we are not going to have Nog hide out somewhere in the local vicinity, if he's going to be trying to run with you guys, we'll make some group checks to try to get this process going. And if you guys don't do well, then the Boar Boys will catch up and we will be in a fight yet again in your current state.
Rory, Mr. Luthor, I don't think I can make it. I'm in a bad way. And I reckon I could find a place under a rock. Rory, you go on ahead.
Don't talk like that, sir. But perhaps you could just dig deep. Maybe use some of that resilience you have and just pass the test. We'll be on our way.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like that whatever fate is running this world, whoever he may be, quite a bastard he might be.
Don't talk like that, big man. I know you've got a little in you.
Well, I'll try. All right, try.
That's what I like to hear, Governor. That's what I like to hear. Roy slightly fatigued himself because he also went down to 0. So,
are we out at like the horses now?
Yeah,
outside
we can say that you guys are saddling up
here.
to the horses right outside the burning remnants of the fort. Baudry is like Baudry.
Mounting up with Luther.
Okay. Baudry will take Wolfram. He already grabbed Wolfram previously. He's already loaded him up on the back of his horse.
Can we see the orcs from here? Like
you can see them mostly because they have like torches and things with them.
Mm-hmm.
So you can kind of see them approaching at a decent pace, but they're still far enough away that if you guys were to leave right now, you wouldn't have any problems getting back to Lashik.
Well, I guess we gotta start making tests unless anyone can think of something else, maybe a clever way to hide or something. I don't know. I can't think of a good place to hide currently.
No, not the whole party.
Yeah.
All right. So we are going to enter into a skill challenge then. Okay. Let's start with let's start at the beginning. Let's start with old Luther. Skill challenge time. We are on our way. What are you going to do, Luther? How are you going to aid this escape?
Something that I don't do too often. I don't know if it would. Can I use? Can I use like animal care to before we like mount up or something? I don't know.
To do what?
I don't know, like
what are you taking care of?
Give these horses a pep talk,
getting trying to point something out real fast, or
Sugar cubes.
Yeah, some sugar cubes. Maybe
Saving for a special
Aunt
occasion?
Karen or something. I
Sure.
don't know.
Let's see what you got. I thought you were like, I'm gonna take care of Nog. He's not an animal, damn it.
No. Yeah. Let's see. I gotta get under a 61. 17?
17. All right, 4 levels of success. I like it. Off to a good start. Luther quickly, perhaps using some of your more magical man abilities that you shouldn't have as a fire wizard, but you have things that
I can produce water and stuff.
exactly you do all kinds of things that are unnatural, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm sure it's lore appropriate as you enhance some, like some sugar cubes. Give them a little extra goat juice, a little oxy infused. The horses get a little like a turbo button right on the reins there. You just press and give them a little pep, and yeah, we'll go with that.
You could call it nice.
There you go. Why not? Let's slide on over to Lucien. We're off to a positive start. How are you going to aid this escape, Lucien?
First of all, are Nog and or Henry suffering from fatigue?
Yes.
Okay, because I do still have several swigs of Bugman's Ale
It's true.
that I could distribute if they don't
got
have
it.
any in there.
I've
Everybody
got
should
my
still
own.
have some.
Okay,
Nog should have some as well.
which I don't know if Roy the Rugster can spice that up in any way,
I mean,
but
they only do so much.
okay.
What should I have?
He's also probably fatigued himself.
He is fatigued. You should have use of Bugman's Ale. You had so many swigs. You should have had. You originally had 10. I'm not sure how many you've taken by now.
I'm down to 6.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've taken any.
We've taken some.
I think everybody has. at some
We've
point.
taken
Yeah,
some
yeah,
a
you
couple
definitely
times.
have. I'll say Nog for. We'll get to you after this. But yeah, go
Okay.
ahead, Lucien.
I will attempt a perception test,
Okay.
either to scout a path or to
Sure.
take a look at our pursuers, whichever is most helpful.
I like it. Let's see what you got, Lucien.
All right.
All right. He's going to be a
That's
46.
Straight success.
Straight success? Okay. As Lucien, you kind of like scouting over looking over the side of Luther's shoulder. The speed of the horse kind of like setting you a little, trying to recall the path you originally took. And just the last second, you pick out the kind of like ravine cavity you guys used to sneak out as far as you could, leading you guys kind of dip out of view, hopefully obscuring you from the boar boys that are fast approaching.
And also being mindful of the spiked pit.
Exactly.
Previously
Yes,
played this.
indeed. All right. Nog is gone. Nope, there he is. Slide on over to Nog.
All right.
Right, Nog.
Let's figure this out.
With if you were to take a swig of the Bugmans,
Mm-hmm.
you had 2 critical injuries. One of them was major.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you're looking at with the fatigue conditions removed.
At 2. Yeah.
Yeah, with them removed, you're looking at just -30 to your tests instead of a
Okay.
-50. So
And so what would that be? 2 swigs?
no, just one. Just one recovers all fatigue conditions. It removes them.
Okay. Let me see. On my Bugmans.
It's good stuff. So, I need you to make some kind of test, Nog. You tell me how you're going to aid this grand escape, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Let's see. All right. So There's not a lot old Nog can do test wise. This an endurance test might be the best thing to do, don't you
Okay,
think?
okay. That's up to you.
So with a minus 30, that would make I have to. Oh man, it's gonna be something.
Is it so?
Gotta
Is
come in under a
endurance
35.
is endurance for you better than consume alcohol
It is actually yeah,
by
yeah.
a significant amount?
5 5 points. So it would actually probably not. It wouldn't measure into another level of
I'll
success.
tell you what. I'm going to give you a plus 10 because Rory's going to help you if you take a consume alcohol test.
Okay, I'll do consume alcohol. So that balances to a negative 20.
Yes.
All right, so here we go. Me and Rory doing it old school. A 7. Fuck yeah.
Damn it! You didn't even need it.
That's yeah.
Holy
that's
shit!
Nog, that comes in clutch. That's 3 levels of success.
All right, Nog. Dan, you guys only needed to make it through the first round. I think you guys are good.
Feeling invigorated.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Nog, as you guys are moving, you're having to run, and you're like fucked up back and everything. Rory's still riding on your shoulder. He goes, "Hoy, boss, I got something for you. I just stewed it up back, yeah." He's got like it's like sloshing around. He's been doing stuff, and he takes his little like little pipe thing that he's got, puts it down in your mouth, kind of like a camel pack, just begins to start pumping it in, and he siphons in some of this liquid. It sloshes into your mouth, Nog. You're like a long distance runner right now, just
Most delicious.
and
Oh, Rory,
as
that's quite right.
it hits your lips, it is some kind of fairly intense, pungent alcohol mixture. One might say not edible for a lesser creature than the Nog himself. But for some reason, just for a brief, well, more than a brief, for the next few minutes, Nog, you feel no pain whatsoever. It's just gone. You don't, the back, everything, you feel loose, you're good. And you know it's going to come back eventually. But for now, you feel absolutely nothing as your body kind of goes numb. And you just power your way through.
I love it.
running
Thank
behind
you,
the
Rory.
horses.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, and last but not least, Master Henry. Unless you fuck this up royally, we are about to make it to the wall, Henry.
I mean,
So
if you need someone to mess it up,
let's do it, man.
I'll take my bugmans, so I won't have my exhaustion.
Okay.
I'm at 1 hit point,
Yes.
no resilience.
One is all you need.
So if I cannot find a reason to use athletics, I will attempt a leadership.
No, you know, whatever you want to do.
I don't know if there's any, things that need to get moved out of the way.
Sure.
Flex my muscles.
Do a little flexing. Go ahead.
Yeah, flex on. All right. Goal's a 50.
Let's see what you got.
50% chance.
50-50 right here. It's a 4. What the hell is happening right now? Astounding successes all around from the crew here.
Let's go.
So with that many successes, you guys in a single just one round here, you have made it successfully to the wall. The last leg of it here, as you are approaching the wall, it appears that the gate
Wall's that way.
Yeah, the gate was somewhat damaged by the recent attack, not necessarily from the gobos that you guys destroyed, but from the preceding orcs, savage orcs that assaulted the gate as you guys had left through it. And it gets up just like a couple feet from the ground, and it gets like stuck, like something's caught in it. And what happens? Henry's the first one to get to the gate. He just nogs like he's struggling. He's back behind there. You see the boar boys coming. What does Henry do? Hops off that gate, hops down, grabs it, and just He gets to raise it, and as he uses his, you see the muscles flex and bulge as something pops, and suddenly the gate just, and the rest of the mechanism is let loose as it raises, and everyone's able to slide in appropriately.
Yeah,
The gate
young
just-
Henry saves us all.
Just young Henry with his vast musculature.
Bulgy biceps.
As that happens, the gate is closed quickly behind you as the men on the walls begin firing as quick as they can. Crossbow shots just kind of like out into the distance as you hear the screams and cries of the orcs and the boars fast approaching the wall, but ultimately are driven off with their quarry escaping. As you make it within the somewhat safety of the walls of the Sheik, you do, in fact, come to what's his name? His name is Fareem, the guard captain that was here at the gate. He approaches. He says, "That was it was a hell of a light show. Did you were you successful? Were you able to destroy the artifact?"
I assume he's talking to Henry.
He's talking to anybody at this point.
Yes, I was quite destroyed, along with a small clan of goblins.
Small little beasts. And he kind of like spits at the mention of them. Good. That is good news. That means that the creature will not be assaulting the port any longer. The Sultan will be much pleased by this. We must inform the general immediately. He calls for a runner and kind of relays the information to him.
How goes the defense?
Currently, the eastern gate is holding for now, but those the giants throwing the boulders, it's getting bad. Plus, we have not been able to rally any successful pushes into the horde itself. That's mostly just defense currently. For now, they are testing, but I have faith we will hold. By the Jinn's will. And he looks at all of you that are pretty fucked up. Perhaps you should take a rest. I hear that your expedition, yes, they are gathering at their headquarters, preparing for something or another.
Many thanks. Farewell.
Baudry looks to you, Henry. Sir Henry. I do not see the commander.
Well, they were supposed to be going after the war boss.
Should we go as well? Of course, I mean, not you necessarily, but should me and the men go?
No, I need you here with me. It's far too dangerous for you. I need to go collect my sword, and then we'll go to this war council.
He looks a little. He looks at you for a moment and says, "Yes, sir," and just nods his head.
You're my man.
And falls in the line. All right. The five of you, four of you plus the unconscious Wolfram, lead your ways back to the city, to the actual gates themselves, or to the upper section of Lashik, to the Hoff Estate, where the expedition's headquarters in the city of Corsairs is located. It is currently a little bit of a bustle of activity. There are lots of groups, smaller contingents of the Bold Bastards being organized and sent out in different directions, aiding the defense of the city itself. upon all your return, you see in the courtyard currently giving orders to one of the contingents. Looks like a contingent of just regular like soldiery, like men at arms. You see Nazaro, the Nine Lives himself. He turns. He says, you've returned. Eh, I was quite worried indeed when I heard what you decided to put your skills to use in. By all means, please take the barracks. You looks like you'll need it. What about is he dead? Did we lose Mr. Wolfram there?
Somehow, as per usual, Mr. Wolfram has managed to survive. He is
Eh.
barely hanging on to life.
Yes. He is like what is my mother say? He is like a rat in the pantry. Can never get rid of him.
Nazara, have you ever fought a vampire before?
Oh, so I can't say I have. At least, no, definitely not. Quite. You guys ran across the vampire out in the sands.
Yes, we did. We ran across numerous goblins and undead knights, apparently, and
This is Greenskin Wa, my friend. Are you sure that?
I know. We need to leave this place, Lazaro. Quickly. It's cursed. Nothing good happens in the city.
This is. I'm sorry, my friend. I
Look what they did, Nod. Look at him.
No,
He's back.
by the goddess mercy, what has happened to you?
Oh, it's pretty rough out of the other side. It hurts.
Look at Henry's helmet.
It's a bullet hole in the back of it. I just take your rest. We'll discuss in the morning. We'll take at least get a day in. You know, we have this handled here, and we will reconvene. Luther, if you wish to speak to your lady, she is locked up in her quarters. She refuses to see anyone.
I would definitely like to talk to Mr. Strainer.
Thank you, sir.
At ease, gentlemen. Take your rest.
Till tomorrow.
You've earned it. And he gets back. I told you not to. And he starts getting into someone else. All right.
Luther's going to turn as he goes to Mr. Strainer, and he's going to. I'm assuming when I did my little vision that I was kind of like in a trance, like mumbling out what I was seeing,
Sure.
Just like that way everyone else could hear what I was seeing,
But you said something to me as well, right?
I did in addition, yeah.
I'm gonna Lusa, could I speak to you alone before you confer with your mistress?
Of course.
A little kind of conference in a secluded area of some sort.
No problem.
So you went a little funny for a brief moment, and you came out of it saying you had a vision of Wolfram.
I did.
Can you remember the details?
If you're unaware, the winds can be fickle, and sometimes they exert themselves upon one who is a conduit. And I was chosen at that very instant to be a conduit for one of the other winds that I'm not accustomed to, one that is more prophetic in nature. I'm not sure exactly what I saw. I saw an alleyway. I saw Wolfram. I saw a hooded figure. reach out a fur-covered hand, small figure, and a bag of gold was given to Wolf. He accepted the gold, and then I believe I snapped out of it. I don't know if this is a vision of the future or a vision of the past, but or it could be honestly, it could be a misdirection. Visions are fickle, from my understanding.
How did
It's
how
my
did
first
it
one.
how did it strike you though? Did it ring true, or did it?
In the moment,
I'm sorry to trouble you, but Mr. Skaven, yeah,
I don't know if
you know my story with them, but I did
I
not
don't
tell
know.
the group, but I was waylaid one evening. One of them
And,
approached me in the street and told me to beware of the Wolfman.
mm,
I'd felt until this moment that maybe they were manipulating me, but I don't know. Your vision has me wondering if they were trying to sow discord where.
um, from my understanding of the winds of Asia, which is limited, mind you, um, an inferior wind, but um, they the practitioners, the Celestial Order, um, they are not always 100% accurate. And so I do not know 100%. I would not want to condemn Wolfram just on this vision alone. Now, if other evidence is available, or you have confirmed other evidence, perhaps
No.
this can help lead you in your decision. But Wolfram, I can tell from my limited interactions, and I assume since he's come all the way from, where are you from again? Ostland, I believe, something like that. Um, he is a survivor, first and foremost.
He is that. Do you or your mistress or any of your order possess any kind of magical methods for divining or insight?
Uh, our our abilities are offensive and destructive in nature,
Hmm.
and not so good at the intricacies. We can inspire passion, but we cannot uh, find a way to um, pull answers from a man unless it is in a more barbaric nature,
Hmm.
which we have. We are capable. Um, Sometimes we might be overzealous. Um, Control, as you've seen, is a struggle for my order. So,
The greater the power, sometimes
of course,
the less the
um,
control. But
I will
I
say,
figured you and your mistress also had quite the interest in finding out who, if anyone, was responsible for the breach of.
I wanted to confer with my mistress about that actually, and see if she had any insights. Perhaps maybe some time has given her insight into her
Hmm.
attackers. Um, if there was something, and I believe that we have determined that something came with inside um, the villa that broke the wards. Some magical item must have been brought into this house to disrupt the rooms and guards we had set up. Otherwise, we would have been alerted to any kind of infiltration.
Hmm.
Um, so someone in the house is working for someone. I do not know if it's fixed. I would assume it'd be the Skaven, but I am not 100%. It could be anything, but I would have to touch the item to make sure it is magical.
Hmm. I
Um,
see.
if there is something you've seen on Wolfram that seems suspicious, I noticed you took away his weapons.
I
Um,
did, and
if it,
fair warning, I planned to question him before. surrendering them back into his position.
He is it's a remarkable talent for living. I was prepared to finish him.
So I saw.
He
I would not have held it against you if things had gone differently.
This is my first experience with a vampire, so I'm not. I have heard of their charms.
But this one was much different than what was his name? Isaac? A much
Yes.
different creature.
Yes. So I have. I do not wish to disturb the mistress once more. She frightens me. But perhaps we can talk to the mistress of the brothel. Perhaps she has some ways to entice information out of individuals that
Perhaps
would be beyond my power.
I feel we have other pressing concerns. We may.
Sure. I will say, I like to think I am a relatively intelligent man, and I did notice that Wolfram seemed to have a large amount of money. He spent a fair amount on us, which I am thankful for. But let's be honest, the man's a peasant. How is he supposed to acquire such wealth? And why I am slightly jealous, as I am a man who has not not accustomed to my current lifestyle. Even him, a local noble, a regional noble, doesn't make as much money apparently as Wolf. It is suspicious.
You are right, and I mean, I had assumed perhaps gambling, or even shadier methods of acquiring such funds, but it does seem to line up with what you saw in your vision.
There is always gambling.
But I will
He's
be.
not great at it, but who knows? Maybe his luck turned. I remember he had a gang of pirates hunting him at a certain point. And then somehow he acquired their gun that he lost the bet to. The man, maybe he is lucky. A very, very lucky man.
Don't know. He also dealt with the shroud. He is an enigma. I do not know how he makes his way through this world, but he seems to stumble from fortune to misfortune to fortune again. There's a wheel keeps turning, but I will be keeping my eyes open. I assure you.
Good.
Please, if you see anything, you have my confidence.
I will let you know.
I would like you to confer with your mistress.
I would like the two of you to make perception tests, please.
Uh-oh. I'm not the best at perception.
Damn it.
All right, here we go.
I'm gonna use a fortune point.
Lucian. Okay.
Come on.
No, that's real bad.
Bad for Luther.
I passed. That's three. It's three levels of success.
3 levels of success.
It's gonna be hard for me to pass.
Okay.
I'm real bad at perception.
So, Lucien, as this conversation is ending, you watch, suddenly you hear like a creak of wood outside of the door of the chamber that you guys ducked into. And it's still for a moment. You're just gonna move over there real fast?
Yeah, I'm gonna peek out. I'm gonna open the door and peek out real quick.
You're moving quickly?
Yeah.
Okay. As you run towards the door, you hear feet quickly moving away. You go to peek out, and you see just the trail of almost like a cloak billowing around the corner.
I'm still running.
Okay, so you're full on. You're gonna you full on at this point. You're like, hey, hey.
Yeah, I want to see
Uh,
who this is.
I guess our
Uh,
conversation's over.
go ahead and make. Luther's like, go ahead and make an athletics test, Lucian.
Dang it!
Wow.
I don't know what else we're gonna get into. I'm gonna use my last
You're gonna use it?
fortune point.
You're gonna use it?
That's a
A
success. How
25
many levels of
success.
success is that? It's at least one.
Okay.
You said athletics
Yes.
has 3 levels of success.
3 level success. All right, Lucian, you take off at a quick sprint. As you turn the corner, you see the cloaked individual is perched up on the window, and you guys are on like the second story at this point.
What the hell?
Perched up on the window, and as you turn the corner, the cloak pulls back, and you see a Skaven's face as it launches itself out the window. You do have time to do anything since you caught up with it, Lucien.
I'm in no state to like try and run
Do
down.
anything you want. It is jumping out the window. It's fleeing.
I mean, I'm gonna run to the window and take a look out.
You run to the window. You don't see it, but you hear pattering on the roof in the opposite direction.
Yeah, I can't chase this thing down.
You're just kind of like,
I got 3 wounds left.
as you look around, and you lose track of it, unfortunately, Lucien.
Can I make it back to the room to tell Luther?
Oh yeah, definitely. You move back to the room to tell Luther what's happened. Unless, while Lucien was making his mad dash, Luther, were you going to make your way to Mistress Reyna?
I felt like it probably happened pretty quick. So Luther was probably just staying there in shock for a second.
Okay.
Very rude. Excuse me. Mid-conversation.
Yep. Lucien
Very
comes
well.
back, panting, sweating a little bit.
Welcome back, Lucy.
Sorry, my friend. Did you hear the creak in the hallway?
I did not. I saw you dash afterwards. You see something.
Either I'm losing my mind, or there is still little or no magical protection over this place. There was a Skaven right in this hallway, eavesdropping on us.
Oh dear. Luther's going to turn around and he's going to run towards Mistress Rada's room.
Okay. You run towards Mistress Reyna's room. The door's locked, Luther.
I am going to. I'm going to. Well, I guess he's too big to be in here. I was going to say I'm just Ignis, my golem. He's too big.
He
I
would,
feel like
he would
here.
destroy the building trying to come through.
Yeah.
Ignis is just sitting out in the courtyard, not moving.
Yes.
yes. Yeah.
I am going to. Well, actually, it's locked. I have an ability called Open Lock.
Does it work on magically locked doors?
It doesn't work on magically locked doors. Only regular locked doors.
Well, I mean, Mistress Reyna is a cautious woman.
Mistress! As I hit
You pound on the door. Mistress! You hear no response, Luther.
Mistress? I need to know you're safe.
There's nothing, Luther.
Luther's going to call out for some men. Someone who's strong, you know.
Hi! You start calling out.
Hello!
As you begin to
Gods!
call out, Luther,
Henry!
the door
Someone!
unlocks and opens.
Oh.
The pale frame of your... And she's very pale. Mistress Reyna
Mistress.
opens the door. That is enough, Luther. What do you need?
I'm sorry, Mistress. I was concerned. Lucian, my comrade, he saw a Skaven on the premises once more. I thought they had come to finish the job.
They are of no concern.
I beg to differ. Mistress. What they did to you.
I am fine, Luther. You need not worry over me like some mother hen. See to yourself.
Very well, Mistress. I wish to speak to you anyway.
She's on the verge of slamming the door in your face, Luther.
Mistress, please. We saw a vampire on the field of battle.
Come in. She
Thank you, Mistress.
leaves the door open. At this point, a bunch of men come piling around the corner. She looks back. Her eyes flare bright, like with flame for a moment, and they all kind of like stop.
Sorry.
And they
Everything's
begin
under control,
to
gentlemen.
slowly retreat away. As you come in, Luther, you walk in. The door closes behind you. You see her move to her desk and begin sitting down at a roll of parchment that she is putting ink to paper. You saw a vampire, huh?
I did. Mistress.
What exactly? What did it look like?
He was a relatively small vampire. I don't know if that makes a difference or not. About 5'4", clad in black and red armor, I believe. A fierce combatant. He was dashing around the field of battle in an instant. Was able to bring down Nog.
That's the ogre, right?
Yes, my lady.
Okay.
And apparently, he either ensorcelled or charmed Wolfram. I know he's not the strongest of wills, but quite easily he was taken over. I hope, at least, because he shot our friend Henry in the back of the head. I'm not completely familiar. I've heard rumors that they have the ability to take control or charm an individual.
She stops writing for a moment. She says, I am no master Shaish. I am no expert in the undead creatures of death. But I can tell you they are one of our true enemies to this expedition. I cannot reveal much, Luther. You will know in time. But that is concerning. They're making a move so soon. I thought we had more time. We must move quickly, Luther.
Very well, Mr. Storm.
I'm not sure who can be trusted.
Understandable. Do you believe we have heretics or perhaps competing interests in the expedition?
I think
even within
we
our
have
order?
a little bit of both. In fact, she looks at you, Luther. Her head tilts a little sideways. I'm not so sure about you anymore either.
Mistress, please, I've had nothing but loyal. I have purged many of Skaven.
You watch as her hand begins to glow brightly, as fire
Mistress,
begins to well up along her palm.
Not be hasty, mistress. I want nothing but success for this expedition. You know my background, mistress.
She quiets down. The flame disperses.
Huh.
I must finish my work. Leave me.
What are you working on, mistress?
I told you will know in time.
Of course, mistress, but surely sharing the load sometimes can help would carry a burden. Share the load, mistress.
Do not wish to share a load with you yet, Luther. Maybe in due time, as promised.
Of course, of course. But be careful, mistress. Please.
Be careful of Weiss.
The voice.
Weiss. Magister Weiss.
Of course, I know. I will keep an eye on him. Mistress,
do you know
one last
of,
thing.
yes, continue.
I'm sorry, mistress. I'm sorry to interrupt. One last thing before I leave. When you were attacked and taken by the scale, we concluded that it was because of some artifacts that possibly, or some sort of magical element that was brought into the villa and disturbed our rules of protection.
Yes.
Do you believe the Skaven are capable of such magics?
They are altruistic creatures. They have means that are both strange and powerful. They could easily bypass wards if necessary, with their use of dangerous magics. The Weirdstone in particular.
So you know, mistress, in the heat of battle against the vampire and the goblins and the orcs and the undead knights that we fought, I was overtaken trying to heal a poor wolfen. He had betrayed us and charmed and shot Henry, and I ended up having to stab him with my magical swords to bring him down.
You can use the Sanguine Blades.
Yes, my lady, I can.
Since when?
Since I have
now.
Mistress.
She snaps her fingers.
So sudden. Question. Is there
Yes.
a fire in the room?
There's always a fire going.
Hell yeah, bro. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Can I channel first, or am I supposed to cast?
You tell me. How are you going to impress your mistress?
I'm gonna channel first.
Okay. Keep. Gonna really work on it. Let's see what you got. On it. See what you got, Luther.
The only reason I cast it initially the last time because everything was on fire.
Don't fail.
Channel test 26, which would be. Let me see how many. So take off channeling. So 4 level success. So that'd be plus 1, 5 level success. So that takes it down to a that takes it down to a 1 success level. So I just need to get a 1 success.
Okay.
So this is a cast. I make it barely.
Oh well, that's all you need.
Simply because of my staff and my clothes.
Yep.
But yeah, I cast a single sword this time, not the
that's
numerous
fine.
Swords.
That's fine.
But one sword goes.
A sword pulls out, wreathed in flame from the immaterium, just suddenly appears. As it does, it casts a torchlight. She looks at it. There's a strange flicker in the blade. How much corruption do you have, Luther?
4.
There's like a dark patch that kind of wreathes along the inside of it. She looks at it, looks back to you. You've become quite the pyromancer, Luther.
Thank you, lady.
In such a short time.
I like to think I am gifted, my lady. Of course, under your tutelage, of course, to help streamline the process. I will say fighting for my life on multiple occasions has forged me into quite the battle wizard.
What better way to stoke the flames than a little strife.
Of course.
Luther,
Anyway, mistress, quickly before we go down a different path. After I laid down Wolfram with my magical swords, at that point, saying weed sword, I decided that I would try to heal him and take him back. In doing so, I unfortunately messed up and I failed, and the winds of Azir came upon me, and I received a vision. A vision that showed Wolfram, I believe it's Wolfram, accepting gold from a rat-like creature, or a furred creature hooded in an alleyway. With something unbeknownst to the user. Could they receive something and unfortunately break the sigils of and the wards of this place, unbeknownst to them?
there are numerous ways to break barriers. The first, to unbind it. The second, to destroy the barrier outright. And the third would be to bring a object in contact with it that will perform either.
We are keeping an eye on him, on Lucian and myself. The others do not know, just to make sure that he is not an agent of the enemy.
Be forewarned, Luther. You are no diviner. Neither am I. The vision you say you had could be one strand of many. Could be the past, could be the future. Could be something that never took place. Do not put faith in visions. Put faith in your flame.
Very well. Thank you, mistress.
I'm glad that you are prospering, Luther. The time will come when we will need some strength. Leave my presence.
Very well, mistress. And I will leave. I give a curt bow, and I will close the door.
Close the door. As you close the door, you hear a whispering as the door closes, Luther. Coming from inside your mistress's room.
Can't make it out, or just whispers.
Can't make it out. You just hear whispering for just a moment, like yes. And then the door closes.
Troubling. Surely nothing is happening.
All right, Luther. You go to find your quarters, I guess, and everybody's beginning to bed down for the night.
Just so you know, Luther, as he's trying to sleep, he's thinking about the whispers and talking to his mistress, her gaunt-like state, you know.
That's not quite right. Anyways, hey, who knows? Everything's fine. As all of you lay down for your rest, Lucien, tossing and turning in the night, thinking about what's happened. When you turn and there's like a crumpling sensation on your face, as there is a parchment that has been laid on your pillow. You kind of like sit up. You have to get like a small candle or something to light, like a lamp, and unroll the parchment, and it simply says, in Reichspiel, it says, if you need a favor, you know where to look. And there is a image of, if I can pull it up, just so I get it right. There is an image of a cobra with its fangs bared, kind of like imprinted in the bottom of the note. One might call it coiled. And with that, we take our rest. All of you will regain your toughness bonus and wounds. You will need to roll endurance checks. Nog, yours is unfortunately still at -30. Whatever success levels you have, you can add that to the wounds you recover.
All right, so roll an endurance check at -30.
Yes, Nog, you're the only one that's really going to be doing this a lot to try to get patched up.
For endurance, so that is a 65. Big roll. A 14, so that's 44 under 65. That's 2 levels of success.
Okay, so you add 2 additional wounds to your toughness bonus.
Yeah.
It's going to be slow going, Nog.
Yeah.
Nog needs a lot of rest.
Yeah. I'm up to 5 wounds, though. So
There
that's
you go.
good.
You should be more than that with your toughness bonus. What's your toughness bonus?
My toughness is a 5.
So yeah, so plus the 2, so you're 7.
Yeah, but I had a -2 wounds.
No, you can't go negative. You always sit at 0.
Oh, well, okay then.
So you're 7 and then +1 because you had to be at 1 to be standing earlier. So you're at least at 8.
Okay, good.
At least,
Oh,
yeah.
that's even better.
Yeah.
You know,
So
I'm always gonna
you're
err
up
on
at
the
8,
side.
Nog.
He's pretty fucked up, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, you can dip to negative to take a critical injury, but it resets to
gotcha.
0. It never goes
Gotcha,
negative.
gotcha.
You always go to 0. So
Gotcha. Okay, that's what that was then.
yes. So there we go.
Luther
Everybody-
would be happy to heal Nog in the morning.
Jesus
with
Christ.
me.
Now, per the rules, one can only be healed of a injury once.
Mhm.
So you've already healed him for his stuff. So that's it. He's gonna have to take some rest, or visit an apothecary, get some healing potions of some kind, or healing poultices, or rubs, or something. But regardless, we get a decent rest for some of you. Some of you a little restless, one might say. And the day is yours. What would we like to do?
There's still
Henry is going to
good
seek
counsel.
out some healing from Lucian or anyone, and then I'm going to take my helmet to the armor smith.
Okay.
Doesn't
You
have
talking about just
dents.
the local guy that you have
Yeah,
at the estate, or do you want to go down to the docks?
it's at the estate. I just need someone to bang out this
Okay,
dent that I somehow received. I don't
Yeah.
remember.
I don't remember much. Blacked out after that.
Yes, I woke up on the ground.
So you take your armor to be repaired. It's going to take time to fix everything. There is enough supplies to give you replacement for now until this one is fixed. It sucks it's not yours, but it'll do. It has the same statistics for all purposes of that. Nog, on the other hand, Nog's armor is not
Yeah,
good at all.
it's not good at all, mate.
How many do you have any armor left on your gut plate?
Yeah, because I decided to sacrifice the other thing. So
Okay.
I have one armor point on my gut plate and
Okay.
0 on
So
my
it's not
Iron Fist shield.
completely broken.
No, it's in rough shape though.
All right. So the Iron Fist will have to be completely repaired. So you might
Yep.
as well just leave it here to be fixed. It's going to take a
Repaired.
lot of time to do
All
that,
right.
especially because it's ogre size. Your gut
Right.
plate, do you want to leave it to be repaired, or are you going to continue to wear it?
Well, I reckon I need to get it fixed. So, I mean, if it's gonna fall off, it's not gonna do us any good. So I'll have to leave it behind to get repaired as
All
well.
right. You take your gut plate off, and it is you feel uncomfortable
It's significant. Oh no, I don't
as
like
you
it at
take it
all.
off. Well, you
Yeah.
like on a physical level, you
Yeah.
always wear this. You
Oh yeah.
feel
Yeah.
you feel
Feel naked.
naked.
Yeah.
Your gut is your most sacred object, and now
Yeah.
it is just exposed. This would be
Exposed.
like
Yeah.
if this would be like if Luther decided to just not wear pants one day. No
I
robes, and he
know,
was
but
just Johnson swinging in the wind. This is what Nog feels like right now as he takes his
it's
gut plate
terrible.
off.
I tell Rory how ashamed I feel.
Rory says, "Wait, sorry, boss. Perhaps we'll just strap one of these shields to your front,
Oh,
huh?
Rory,
See the big one there?
you're a clever fella, Rory. You
Just give me
really
a
are.
moment. Give me a moment, sir. I got you. I got you." Rory's. Well, let's roll for Rory here. He
see what he's doing?
doesn't do bad. He doesn't do bad. Rory takes a knight's shield, full size,
Uh-huh.
puts it to your gut. It doesn't. I mean, it kind of covers it, not really. And he kind of takes some leather straps and kind of makes a belt and ties it around you. It takes a little bit. It's gonna take him at least an hour to get this kind of
No,
working.
he's
Just kind of
trying
just you're
because
kind of just sitting there and his little hands working.
he's such a
But
good guy.
he will strap this shield to your gut. It will be considered 1 point of armor, Nog,
Okay. All right.
but
I'll just
it's better than
there it
nothing.
is. It is better than
And you
nothing
don't
for
feel
now.
quite as naked.
I don't. I know. And that's a good thing.
Right? You just hope that no other
All
ogres
right.
see you because they will make fun of
Right,
you.
because it'd be so embarrassing.
It'd be
So
embarrassing.
embarrassing. I
So
don't know
there
if
you
I
go.
could bear the shame. Thanks.
At this point, Nizaro kind of sees all of you beginning to gather after everything. He says, "Gentlemen, do you guys need to take another day or so, or are you ready for some more work?"
That would be up to the more infirm of our party to.
I see Master Wolfram did not get up. I'm assuming he's going to be taking a little rest.
We might need to seek more serious treatment for him in due course.
Very well. I'll see what I can do. The city is in chaos still.
Yes.
I can try to heal Henry if he wants me to heal him.
Yeah, I don't think we tried. I don't think we tried any healing.
No, we did it.
We tried and failed to heal Wolfram, but we didn't try
Yeah.
Henry or Nog.
Let old Luther put his hands on you.
Yeah.
I got some bandages.
Yeah.
What? What?
Lucian has bandages.
I
I need a thing wrapped around my head.
Yep.
perhaps we give you another day, huh? You guys just take it easy, take a load off.
Speaking of, are you aware of a gentleman named Bragadine Bernot?
Beno, you say?
Yes.
Where did you hear this name? Because there was a Beno that was my successor's successor was Beno.
Yeah, well, that was what the vampire called himself before I cut off his head.
Excuse me, vampire?
Yes.
Is
He claimed to be the founder of our company, in
you
so
still
many
on
words.
with this vampire stuff? Yes, this is we're going with. I thought maybe you just have the hole in your head. Maybe you talk crazy,
No,
but
he
this
speaks
is
truly. I'll show him
the the marks.
the
Yes.
wound from my neck.
But did you have that looked at? You feeling okay? Yes.
I'm feeling fine.
You sensitive in the
Unless there's something you know about.
I mean, I don't know. I hear story. I see you have bite on your shoulder. You say you fight vampire. Are you vampire now? He looks towards Nog. Nog, be prepared.
I'm still walking around in the daylight. I have no thirst for blood as of yet.
Okay. Yes, it's okay. It's okay. Surely it's fine. Oh, all right. But no vampire. Yes. Um, Coincidence, perhaps. I don't know. It's strange, indeed. I know that they hailed from. He was originally from Bretonia, a lord of some kind.
Well, that's where Lucian is from.
It is
I had
indeed.
not, I had not heard of him prior to our meeting. It could be from some area I'm not so familiar with, or who knows? He could have made it up.
There are plenty of fiefdoms and little small people and nobles spread throughout that horrendous country. The way they treat their people, they should be ashamed.
They are not all cut from the same cloth.
It's okay, Lucian. You're one of the good ones, Lucian. I
I
respect you.
appreciate that. Nor are they all united in friendship. There are alliances and old quarrels amongst the families, as is the case in most of the world, I assume.
Of course, of course. It is what it is. But I do not know this individual. I've never met. But no, no.
Well, we certainly hope never to meet him again.
I well, you've definitely been through it, my friends. Perhaps you take another day. I mean, I don't think that they're going anywhere. You hear like the screams of the wow, are just like echoing throughout the city every once in a while. Every couple hours, you hear it.
Hmm.
I think we're going to be here for a while. Yes.
Well, keep us apprised of any goings on. If we are needed, let us know. We will rest up and do our best to be ready for whatever is next.
Of course, of course. Nog, big man, you get rest.
Oh yeah, that's all I'm doing lately.
You look like shit. Please lay down. Rory, make sure Nog to actually rest. Yes. I got you, sir. I'll take care of it. No problem. Good halfling. Yes. He kind of like doesn't know how to act around Rory. He kind of like steps to the side. All right. Are we resting or are we doing things?
Do we think there's any chance of someone like the butcher being available during this time, or do we assume that the city is just mostly chaos?
The butcher, or are you referring to the bounty hunter? Who are we referring to?
The surgeon.
Oh,
the surgeon.
Okay. Yes,
Is that his
one.
name? What do we call him?
I thought it was a butcher. I thought
Yes. I was just making sure we're talking about the same person.
Yeah,
Indeed. I mean, he was known as the Skinner.
the Skinner.
the Skinner.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes. Okay. So, are we traveling to the docks? or are we calling for this for Dr. Peltzer to make a house call?
House
Um,
calls.
if that's an option.
Yeah, house call
I
would be very
Can always
convenient.
ask.
probably for Nog in his current state.
Okay.
Did Henry take a
Um,
critical wound?
No.
no,
He
he
did.
actually he just hit 0. He didn't go
Yeah, I
past
just,
it.
I just need rest and regular healing.
Yep.
Yeah, Wolfram as
So
well.
yeah, Wolfram took some injuries. He
He
was fucked
did.
up.
He did.
But Nog needs the most help.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, Nog's injuries are going to take a very long time to heal. But he can recover his physical health in the
Yeah.
meantime. So Dr. Peltzer is called for. He doesn't show up immediately. He shows up much later than normal. He looks somewhat ragged, as if he is pulling a lot of duties here. He says, as he approaches, he says, this should be worth my while, correct, Lucien?
Yes, we will make it so.
Good, good. I expect to be well taken care of. He makes his way into the expedition, and the Skinner sets up a de facto infirmary in one of the kind of like empty rooms that you guys have available, and will ply his trade with the expedition for an exuberant price. That everyone is willing to pay right now. But with that, Nog. Who else needs healing?
But if we get one more night's rest, I'm full.
You're good. Henry,
Yeah.
Yeah.
do you need some healing?
Yes.
Okay. Skinner, working on Henry. Henry, you will recover 4 wounds. Mr. Nog,
Yes.
you are going to recover 7 wounds, Nog.
All right. Coming right along.
Unfortunately, Nog,
Uh-oh.
it is going to take 26 days
Ugh.
For me to heal.
to heal your critical injuries.
Oh. I'm laid up for a minute.
That's even with the attention you're getting.
Right. Right. I knew it'd be a long wait.
Yes. I will do stuff for Wolfram whenever we have him present. I'm assuming he's going to have similar issues. So, yes. All that means is you can still recover your wounds, but you can't get to your maximum. Since you have 2 critical injuries, you'll be at -2 wounds. You just can't. You won't ever be able to hit the cap until they're removed.
Okay. So that keeps me at 431.
Okay.
If
What
I
are you at
max out.
currently, Nog?
15.
15. So you still got a ways to go. Okay.
Yeah.
So that happens. You guys are going to get another day of rest, another night of rest, I should say. Everybody go ahead and roll endurance checks that needs to. I think Nog is the only one, probably.
And still a -30.
Yes, unfortunately, that is going to be your life for the rest of this for a while.
Until I get the healing.
Yeah, until you like recover entirely.
Okay, here we go. Oh, it's a 88.
That's a critical fail, Nog.
That is a critical fail. Yeah.
Fortunately for you, this isn't like a high stakes roll or anything.
Right.
You don't lose health. You
I
just
just don't get better today.
You just don't recover extra. No matter what you recover, your toughness bonus.
Okay.
So you get that.
So I do get that 5.
Yeah, you get 5. You just don't get anything extra.
Feeling a little depressed today, over my gut plate.
Yeah, exactly. It's still a little upset.
Didn't eat enough. Roy's disappointed.
Rory's taking care of you, Nog, in the morning. You're just kind of like slack jawed a little bit, back's hurting. He's just shoveling like eggs into your mouth, kind of
Dry
like
packing my wound.
pulling it, pushing him in. The little guy's taking care of you, Nog, taking
Yeah,
care
he's a
of you.
good boy. I love him.
But as the morning begins to progress, Nazaro once again meets with all of you. And as he calls all of you, this time he says, Gentlemen, I think we have a bit of a problem. Um, we have lost track of Master Helwig. And that is where we will take our first break.